it's about that time. We're ready to get this party started. I'm excited to be able to introduce my good friend for over 20 years. I'm excited to be able to be on this call with you. We are in the right place at the right time. And the man that's going to present today, he is no stranger to this industry. He is not only an eight-figure earner, he is a master builder, he's a master trainer, and he's a millionaire maker. He is my friend for over 20 years. I want to introduce to some and present to others. We call him Mr. Emmanuel Bernstein, better known as Mr. Super E. Sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. Bishop Rose, I am here loud and clear. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I certainly want to thank you and appreciate you for hosting the call here and doing that wonderful introduction. And I certainly want to let everyone know who it was that actually just introduced me, ladies and gentlemen. This gentleman here has been a legend in the industry of direct sales and has excelled to every level and to the top of every company he's ever graced the stage with. And more importantly, he's brought people along with him. So I've been knowing him for well over 20 plus years, and he's documented well over 7 figures in this industry is what he's earned. So it's a great pleasure, Bishop, to have you on this expansion, this international expansion with me, and all the people that you actually are bringing to the table. So once again, thank you. Welcome all the guests that are out there calling in from all over the world. This is an international call here that we actually just embarked upon January the 3rd. January the 3rd has been the really official launch of this company, Xifra, in the entire United States and really in the entire rest of the world. I'm going to tell you all about it here in a very short period of time, but I want you all as guests to number one know that you're in the right place at the right time. Whoever invited you on certainly respects your business opinion and thinks very highly of you. And that's why they want you to see who we are, what it is that we do, and how it is that you can get a piece of the pie. So if you do like what it is that you see and hear tonight, we certainly want you to be able to get back with the person that actually invited you onto the webinar and grab your piece of equity. And here's why. We foresee right now, just from what's happened in the first 5 weeks of expansion, we know that we're going to have over 10,000 plus users in this operation before March the 31st. In fact, we're calling it Project 1000. And the way our business is structured, you can be on top of the entire organization or the entire world, if you will, from the expansion. Because as people join today and all through the rest of this month and next month, these folks, they can only be placed within your network as customers so you can benefit off of them being in your particular business as well. So I'm going to dive right into it here, ladies and gentlemen. 2022, this is the year for you. 2022 is the year of double blessings. So if you want to be doubly blessed and you're excited about this expansion, I want you to give me some fire emojis in the chat box, okay? Matter of fact, give me the word double. If you're interested in doubling, that's what we're going to talk about here tonight, because our company, Xifra, ladies and gentlemen, is teaching people how to double, okay? Teaching people how to double over and over and over again. And ladies and gentlemen, tell you all about this amazing operation. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, as I dive into the slides right here, you'll see that Xifra, together, we're going to change the entire world. Ladies and gentlemen, this company actually started January the 9th of 2020. And already in its first 21 months, they actually did $1.4 billion from Mexico, Guadalajara, Mexico, third world country, Mexico, from the backs of poor people and people that had little to no money, maybe lower middle class. And they've made those individuals successful, rich, wealthy. Many of them have earned over 6 figures, multiple 6-figure incomes on a yearly basis. Many of them even on a 7-figure basis on a yearly basis, and some 7 figures a month, ladies and gentlemen. So they've proven that this model works. In fact, the company did not think that they would even do $1 billion until their first 5 years. Well, as I said before, I don't know of another company that's done $1 billion plus in their first 21 months. But because of that growth, they're now ready to introduce this to the rest of the world: United States, Canada, Caribbean, Africa, Asia, Europe, okay, all over the world. This company is now open and ready to go and open up markets as we speak. So I'm going to tell you all about it here today. And when you look at this slide, it talks about the world is really evolving. But the one challenge is the people's income is not evolving the way the world is. We know the world is evolving because of cryptocurrency, digital currency, apps and things of that nature, e-commerce and things of that nature, technology. But what about people's income? See, people's income is not evolving because most people, about 95% of them, are still stuck in the old way of making money. Let me share with you 4 quick ways of how people earn money today. One, you could be an employee and you can trade dollars for hours and work on your own efforts, YOE, right? Nothing wrong with that. You just don't want to finish there, right? Now, the second one, that's about probably 90% of people in the world. And then you have those that are self-employed. Okay, those that are self-employed, great that you have a business, but sometimes guess what? You are overworked and underpaid because you're the first one there, the last one to leave. And guess what? Your income is really based off your customers, right? So therefore, those individuals also are operating on YOE, your own efforts, right? So therefore, they don't get a chance to take vacations. They got to be there first in the business. They got to be last to leave the business. So therefore, they really never get the lifestyle that they desire. That's about another 5% of people. Do you realize that 95% of those individuals only own 5% of all the wealth? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the right side of money. This is where all the wealth is created. It's called being a business owner, okay? Business owners right now today comprise about 4% of the entire world. They use a concept called leverage. Type that in your notes tonight, leverage. They leverage 2 things, OPM, other people's money, and OPE, other people's efforts. 2 quick ways to wealth, ladies and gentlemen. How do they do that? Because they use a system. They use leverage through a system so that they don't have to really work. So therefore, we're going to introduce you to that here today. The last and final category I want to introduce you to, ladies and gentlemen, is called being an investor, having an investor mindset, the I quadrant. That's only about 1% of people in the world understand this concept where they leverage not only other people's efforts and other people's money, but they also leverage OPI, other people's ideas. Okay, another quick way to wealth. So I just introduced you, ladies and gentlemen, to those that actually comprise about 5% of the entire world, yet still they own 95% of all the wealth. So today you got to ask yourself the question, do you want to be on the left side of money or do you want to get on the right side of money? Let's talk about how we're getting on the right side of money with Xifra, ladies and gentlemen. See, today we look at opportunities like this, and I'm not sure if this is the first time you've ever seen one or the second time you've ever seen one, but I do know it is one of them. I know opportunities like this usually come down about maybe 10 years down the road when it's already too late. Today, we're introducing you to opportunities just like what you see on the screen. See, because of the internet, because of the pandemic, guess what? There's been more new billionaires and millionaires that have been created over the internet. Companies have flourished, like these companies here that you see on the screen, like Zoom, Netflix, Amazon, Apple, Shopify, Facebook, Instagram. I can go on and on and on about all these multi-billion-dollar companies, ladies and gentlemen, that have surfaced over the internet. And can you imagine if you were to position yourself in front of these companies in the early adoption phase of the company? Well, you wouldn't even be on this call because you would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The reality is nobody introduced it to you. Nobody tapped you on the shoulder and said, hey, why don't you get on one of our board of directors Zoom calls or Zoom webinars so you can see how to invest in any one of these operations? Well, today, that's what somebody's just done for you. They say, hey, the buzz is out about this company. You might want to get yourself involved and get in front of the next multi-billion-dollar corporation today called Xifra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about where we are today in the world. Digital money is not an option. It's already a part of our lives today. The US dollar, the value is dying every single day. But here's the deal. That's why you see only 8% of cash is being circulated in the world today, right? What is dominating the world right now is cryptocurrency. It's already increased by 300% just in the last 2 years alone. It probably will do that this year alone. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, who's leading Bitcoin? Well, it's called Bitcoin. I mean, who's leading cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Bitcoin started in 2009, somewhere around 50 cents, a little bit less than that, but it rose all the way up to $60,000 plus a coin in 2021. Now, right now it's about 41,000, but guess what? It has the potential to go right back to 60 plus thousand this year, and it may go to 100,000. And then they're speculating that I was reading in an article, they're speculating that in 2037, it can go to 1 million plus per coin. So my question to you right now is if there was a way for you to get involved in our company and start earning Bitcoin every single day, guess what? Could you imagine now having 5 coins or 10 coins one day or 20 coins one day, maybe even 100 coins as it goes back up? See, here's what I want to share with you. Bitcoin is the technology that everyone is adopting. Here's why. It's peer-to-peer relationships. It's decentralized, meaning that the government doesn't control it. The banks don't control it. Guess what? You control it, ladies and gentlemen. So here it is. That's why you see this market is growing like crazy. When you even look at Bitcoin today, the top 3 banks, guess what? Bitcoin is worth more than them right now as we speak. Worth more than Bank of America, Citigroup, and JP Morgan. That's a hint, hint, clue, clue. See, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin right now is right around $2.3 trillion. They're already speculating that it's going to go to 10 trillion, eventually to 100 trillion. So when would you want to get in the game and start owning as many of these coins as possible? See, it's all about accumulation time right now as we speak. Think about that. If you have these coins and it goes up to 1 million, you've just accumulated wealth for you and your family. In fact, you just created legacy income. Somebody type legacy income in the chat box. So that's why we're going to introduce you to what we're doing here in Xifra, because we're teaching people how to double their money over and over and over again through the course of the year in Bitcoin. Now, let's get back to what we're talking about here, because look what happens here. Companies, countries are now adopting this concept. See, we're creating a digital revolution in gold, digital gold, called Bitcoin. So ladies and gentlemen, it's limited in circulation, which is why you want to own it. So here's what I want to share with you. PayPal is accepting it. Dell Computers accepting it. Starbucks accepting it. Even these companies here are now hiring for crypto jobs, okay? The NFL Super Bowl is on right now. Do you know they just had the commercials going on where these companies have spent $1 million for just a 1-minute clip or commercial? And there's been commercials with Coinbase on there. There's been commercial with FX on there. There's been commercials with Cash, not Cash App, but there's been commercials with crypto.com on there. There's been commercials with the Meta on there. Everybody's talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Even these companies right here that you see on the screen, like Visa and MasterCard and Apple and Disney, all of them are heading in the direction. You cannot stop it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me share something else with you. This magazine shows you that, guess what? El Salvador is the first country to adopt Bitcoin as its payment ledger. This is the first country to create their own Bitcoin city. If you read this magazine, they've stimulated the economy's growth through Bitcoin. You can't even use a dollar bill over there, right? So here it is. You got to understand that other countries are going to follow suit as we speak. You're going to see other third world countries do exactly what El Salvador has done. You've got billionaires like Bill Gates saying, you know what, digital currency is the wave of the future. You got owners, billionaires out there like the richest man in the world from Tesla. Elon Musk is saying what? He's saying paper money is dead. You got to buy Bitcoin. These are hint, hint, clue, clues. Ladies and gentlemen, they have way more wealth than we do, right? They got a lot more to lose than we do. So I've learned a lesson. If we can't beat them, we might as well join them. We've got a way to get involved in the game too. Matter of fact, speaking of that football game that's on right now, guess what? There's a young man that just got transferred or shipped over to the LA Rams. He took his salary this year in Bitcoin. He says, don't pay me my salary in cash. Why? Because cash is no longer king anymore. What is? Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, this here is what we're talking about today. So let's look at what Xifra is doing. See, Xifra, we are a disruptive, innovative technology company, not only disruptive in the cryptocurrency space, but also disruptive in the actual networking and direct sales space. So we've created a global presence already as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, using a decentralized smart ecosystem, blockchain technology, created a DeFi hedge fund, so to speak. So we're leading the evolution. We're leading the revolution, which is why you want to become a part of this. Now, we have offices right now in Guadalajara, Mexico. They call that the Silicon Valley. I was there in December, had a chance to really tour that area. Impressive, over 250 plus employees, over 80 plus traders right now in that location. And then we also have an office over in Colombia. We got an office in Korea. And now we're building 2 offices right now over in Dubai as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. So here it is. We're ready for world global expansion, ladies and gentlemen. Why is this important to you? Because I don't know where you're calling in from. See, you could be the first person to plant the flag of Xifra in your city or in your state or in your region or in your country right now as we speak. Do you know that we've been doing Zoom calls like this every single day. And since January the 30th, we've already now opened up well over 38 different countries. You know why? Because the internet is bringing the world so much closer together. See, you can be here, you can be on the beach, you can be on the golf course, you can be on a plane, you can do business anywhere. As long as you have a tablet or a cell phone and the internet, you can do business anywhere at any given time. You pick and choose. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a great opportunity. Now, here's our corporate team. This is what I call the dream team of corporate. Between all of them combined, they've got over 100+ years of experience in the game, okay? I've had the chance to meet some of them. I get a chance to go to the office next week for a big, huge meeting there for all the diamonds and above in the entire company. And I'll get a chance to meet all the executives, ladies and gentlemen. But here's why this group is so excited about Xifra. Some of them worked in another company where they helped that company over a 10-year time go from a $1 billion company to a $10 billion sales company, okay? And guess what? Now they're looking at this not being in products, but being in digital space. They're going to probably do over $10 billion within the next 12 months. Why? Because we're open in the US, we're open in Asia, we're open in Canada, we're open in the Caribbean, we're open in Africa, we're opening up Europe, we're open in the entire world. See, I don't know if I mentioned this, ladies and gentlemen, this company has been a secret in Mexico for the last 2 years. Do you realize we're getting the secret out right now, and you could be one of the first ones to help get the secret out? That's why we actually have this call going on. See, this brings credibility to the company right here. This gentleman here, John C. Maxwell, just actually became part of our company, stamp of approval, right? When you look at this gentleman, he doesn't get started with any other company. He's got his own brand. But you know what? He saw a void here. If you ever want to be successful in life, find a void and fill it. Well, he said, wait a minute, you all are the Robin Hoods of the industry. You're making poor people rich and wealthy, but they're not leaders yet. Let me be on the staff to actually help develop these individuals into leadership. And so that's what he's doing. He's going to be one of the major focal points in our Xifra University that I'll talk about in a moment. So let's talk about why now. Why Xifra? Well, folks, quite honestly, this is the unicorn of the industry. That's why. This is the one company I've been looking for the last 27 years. In fact, I'm telling myself, man, I wish I would have thought of this company, right? But remember, I said one of the quickest ways to wealth is using other people's ideas. You don't have to create the idea, just cash in on the idea. And that's what I decided to do. And that's why I joined this company. Now, take a look at this. 2 years of record-breaking growth, all in Mexico. 99.9% of its production in 2 years has come from third world country, Mexico, and some spots in Latin America. But watch this. It's over 250,000 users that we have right now that are continually using the technology and the services that we have in our ecosystem. They are doubling over and over and over again and reordering over and over and over again. That means we have 100% retention in our company. I've been around for 27 years. I haven't been in any operation that had 100% retention, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention to you, we're not playing any games here. We're not playing the games of having you buy mandatory products. We're not playing the game of having you do auto ship orders where you got to buy a bunch of product every single month and keep it in your garage to become garage qualified. We're not playing the games of having you have a monthly subscription where you got to have actually the subscription in order to get access to the university. We're not doing those games here. We don't even have the game of having you buy an initiation package like a bronze or a silver or a gold or a platinum or an elite. No, it's straight Bitcoin in and Bitcoin out. See, we actually have a way here, ladies and gentlemen, for you to actually have passive income. And we also have a way that you can have active income. And I'm going to share that with you here in a moment. But I also want to share something else with you. This is why this model works. We're not asking you to roll the money over and compound it. No, the company is offering you the opportunity to cash out on the money. So imagine 250,000 users cashing out all at the same time. That's why this model works, because it proves that, guess what? The company is fully profitized. Guess what? Here's our ecosystem. Now, our ecosystem is going to spit off multiple streams of income for you, right? Now, we've got a whole plus of services, such as our hemp farming. I'm going to talk about that, our real estate portion here, our crypto pool. We have our own Xifra Foundation where we're giving back, making an impact before we make an income. We even have our health and wellness line. And our gateway to the ecosystem is our Xifra University. Matter of fact, speaking of the Xifra University, you'll see here, this is what I was talking about, where John C. Maxwell is going to be introducing you to the concept of what? Leadership. introducing you to the concept of growing leaders around you and within you. Also, you'll learn from this academy what to do with a dollar, what cryptocurrency is, what blockchain technology is, and much, much more. And guess what? It's free. See, other companies charge $200 to $400 a month for this, but guess what? We're saying, guess what? Guess what? We want you to have the education. That's our goal, is to educate you. We want to empower you to take your life to the next level. We want to enrich your family's life forever, ladies and gentlemen. So we're not asking you to pay for this academy or this university, if you will. Now, remember, I told you about our health and wellness line. It's not mandatory that you purchase this in order to get paid, but you certainly can understand that your health is certainly your wealth. So we have over 16 different products within our health and wellness line, offered right now and available in many different countries as we speak. We've got ketone drinks, such as the Go One. We've got our Gen X, which is a thermogenic drink as well, in watermelon. Great flavor, great tasting. We even have our My X Shake, okay? We even have, which is a meal replacement protein shake. We even have the Elixir oil, okay? Skincare line, ladies and gentlemen. We even have CBD oils. We even have a DTXT, where you can drink it cold or hot, and much, much more. All available right now for you in the entire world, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's talk about another stream of income, because see, that health and wellness line, if you want to, not only can you use it, you can buy it and sell it retail if that's what you want to do, and create some additional sources of income for you. But in this program of our ecosystem, remember I said multiple streams of income. Guess what? Here, when you look at wealthy people, the largest portion of their wealth is stored in real estate. So what are we doing here with our real estate portion? Well, we have what we call as buying power. I want somebody to type in the chat box, buying power. We're collectively pooling our efforts together as a community of like-minded people, pooling our resources together as a community of like-minded people, which means that now we're going to be able to go in and buy real estate pennies on a dollar from our buying power. Can you imagine us all going in and buying real estate, such as multi-dwelling establishments or hotel establishments or physical real estate or virtual real estate? It's all coming down the pipeline, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be another additional stream of income that you're going to be able to make off of real estate. We even have another stream of income called hemp farming. See, medical cannabis is huge. It's going to be $100 billion industry within 2 years. And ladies and gentlemen, it's helping with people's illnesses, ailments, and diseases. And so therefore, we need more hemp farming done around the world. Now, the only challenge is the average ordinary person like you and I can't really get involved in medical cannabis from farming. You don't want to know why? Because guess what? The big boys, the big corporations are buying all of the land right away. So here's the deal. How can we get in the game? Well, the company says, wait a minute, we already have thousands of acres of hemp farming. We got acres in Colorado, California, and Texas. So you all can invest with us in the land. And guess what? I like that, because here's what we have to do. We don't have to purchase the land or find the land. We don't have to actually plant the crop or grow the crop or harvest the crop. Guess what? All we've got to do is benefit from the crop, because we can buy as many of these hemp farming plants as we want, and we'll earn 10% a month in Bitcoin. And guess what? For 2 years in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge, huge opportunity, because now you're in the medical cannabis industry now. Now, let me pause for a second and talk about the crypto pooling. Yes, we talked about cryptocurrency and how it's growing. Yes, and there's lots and lots of coins and lots of exchanges out there. Do you know in the next few months, we're coming out with our own exchange called BigSwap. We're coming out with our own wallet called Equinox. We're going to come out with our own token right now that you can even purchase, which is more of an insurance-based token, which helps protect against the volatility of the market, called XFA. So here it is. We've got metaverse coming out. We got NFTs coming out. We have all of the things. We got the technology ready for worldwide domination in the future. So let's talk about our trading. Well, what I like about this is we have an algorithmic trading software that our traders use every single day, and they trade in the 5 financial markets of cryptocurrency, which I told you is nearly a $3 trillion industry, Forex, which is a $7 trillion industry every day, and then also high frequency trading, which is a part of Forex. And then we also have the US stock market, which is a $257 billion industry per day, along with futures, which is a part of the US stock market. So here it is. They trade in that capacity every single day, 5 days a week, using the monies or the licenses that we actually purchase. And based off of that, what they are able to do each day from their efforts, they're able to share with us rewards every single day, 5 days a week. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this concept. And here's how it works. Number one, you have to have Bitcoin. Okay, it's easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first thing is to get Bitcoin. You can get Bitcoin through apps like Cash App, or exchanges like Coinbase, exchanges like Binance.com. If you're in other countries, you know, there's several opportunities. Even crypto.com is a great one. There's several sources of how you can actually get your hands on Bitcoin. And by the way, if you don't have any Bitcoin just yet, you're already late to the party. So you need to hurry, because this is the adoption phase of the industry right now. Number two, you want to get your hands on actually one of our licenses. We have 9 different licenses that you can actually pick and choose from. I will tell you that the bigger the license you start off with is the bigger the daily rewards that you're going to earn. So let's talk about number 3. You're going to earn a daily reward that ranges anywhere from 0.5% to as much as 2% on a daily basis, from what the traders are trading in. Okay. So you get that every single day, ladies and gentlemen, Monday through Friday in the morning, while you're having breakfast, while you're having coffee, while you're having tea, while you're brushing your teeth, while you're on the way to work. Guess what? You're receiving a daily reward every single day until that license actually doubles. Now, the fourth and final step to this whole process here. Well, once you have enough rewards over $50 in your account, our company, Xifra, allows us to withdraw the money on Tuesdays and Thursdays into our own private wallet. Now, the wallet we're using currently right now is called Exodus. So can you imagine, as long as you do this before 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Tuesday and Thursday, you're able to see your Bitcoin hit your account? This is a game changer if you ask me. Matter of fact, we're doing this 8 times a month. So imagine if you work a job or a business and you add 8 more chances of you getting paid on top of what you're getting paid right now. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. People are flat out excited about how Xifra is changing their lives. So let's show you the ways of how we get paid. I'm going to start off with our actual licenses first. As you see here, we've got a $100 license all the way to a $50,000 license. I'll tell you right up front, the $100 license is the only one that does not pay you a daily reward. So here's how it works. You can pick and choose anywhere from a $300 license to a $50,000 license. And by the way, you can have as many of these licenses as you want. You can have them in your kid's name. You can have them in your grandkid's name. You can have them in your spouse's name. You can have them in your parents' names. You can have them in your grandparents' name. I believe everybody needs to have a license, because guess what? What you're doing is using your money. You're starting your own bank. See, ladies and gentlemen, we're creating our own Wall Street. We're in control now, ladies and gentlemen. So this, to me, this opportunity is for the underdog. It's for the underprivileged. It's for the little guy, the little girl. See, do you know that most wealthy people, guess what? They put their money into investment tools like hedge funds, and they grow their money through those hedge funds and make billions, millions. They say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And guess what? The reason is because of information and applying that information. So I hope you apply this information we're giving you here tonight. So all in all, these plans are going to generate a daily reward passively for you on a daily basis, anywhere from $1.50 to as much as $250 every single day. Now, if you look at this from a passive stream of income, you're earning 100% on your money over the next 10 to 16 months, okay? Every month, that averages out to about 10%. All right? Think about that for a second. Let's say out of all the money that you made that last year in 2021, how much money did you make off that money? Or let me ask you this question. Out of all the money that's been in your bank account, your checking account, or savings account in 2021, how much interest did the bank pay you on that? Probably zero, right? Well, what if there was a way that you can take some of your money and buy yourself a license here and now begin to earn 10% on your money, 100% on your money in the next 10 to 16 months passively without having to do anything? When I say passively, that means you don't even have to share this with anybody if you don't want to. You don't even have to talk to, share, or recruit or anybody. This is just you earning your passive stream of income. Simple as that. Now, we're going to pay these daily rewards until the license doubles. Once it doubles, that means it's complete. Now you have a choice. Number one, you can walk away with your principal and your profit, and that's it. Company owes you nothing. You owe the company nothing. Or you can do what most of the people have done over in Mexico. They actually went and bought another license. Why? Because they've never earned profits like this before. They've never earned money on their money like this ever before. So why would they quit? That's why they're going back in over and over and over and over again. They double and double and double over and over again. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. So a person can go back in and get another license, or the third thing that they can do is they can upgrade to a higher license. So here is what I love about this company. The average renewal in this company is roughly around $3,000. Can you imagine? A lot of these people over there were poor, had little to no money to do this. But guess what? The concept worked for them. Now they're averaging on daily rewards from their plans. They have now replaced their monthly salaries over there. That's why this went viral. People started to show on their phones and start to call people and tell them how they found, digital gold. And now everybody wants one of these licenses. So this is our first concept here called passive. Let's talk about here the second opportunity we have here. Now, this is totally optional, but guess what? It's available for you and I. You can share this with other people. We call this our active model. Just from referrals alone, this is the best way to build any business. If you don't believe me, ask Jeff Bezos. He's built $1 trillion company called Amazon through referrals. He hasn't done any advertisements or commercials. When he first got started, it was people like you and I who were referring our friends and family members to Prime memberships. See, isn't it true? We refer good stuff to our friends and family members all the time. But guess what we're doing? We do that. We're making everybody else rich and wealthy. You probably refer Hulu to someone. You probably refer Netflix to someone. You probably refer Uber to someone. You probably even refer someone to a restaurant this past weekend, or where you got your hair done, or where you bought your dress from, or where you bought your clothes, where you bought your car, who sold you your house. We refer all the day long. What about you now using your own contacts and your own credibility for you to become successful? That's what we're doing here. So sharing is actually caring. Share this with everybody you know. Here's why. No one in the US knows about this. Nobody in the rest of the world even knows about this. We're probably 1,000 to 2,000 people that really ever heard of this opportunity so far. It's only been in Mexico, in Spanish, for the last 2 years. It's been a secret. So can you imagine you're the first one to share this with everyone that you know? And anytime they buy one of these licenses, we're going to give you an 8% referral fee. This is how you can accelerate that plan to double. Because you remember I said the passive, you can get double in 10 to 16 months. Well, here's how people are doubling much, much faster through the referrals. So here it is, you can get paid the 8%. Now, what happens when their plans actually max out at double? Well, now they can go out and renew or upgrade their plan too. And our company gives you a 4% renewal on that person's license for life. Do you know we have people in this company that are doubling and buying a new license every month? Some of them every week, some of them multiple times a week, even every other day. So can you imagine if you're referring someone like that, that's renewing over and over and over and over again, and you're getting 4% on whatever it is, 4% on 50,000, that's $2,000. What if they were renewing 15 times in a month? That's $30,000 in 1 month from one person. So now you can see, ladies and gentlemen, these little $24, these little $40 referrals, these little $80 referrals, guess what? They add up, and it's replacing people's monthly salaries right now from their jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen here in the US? We even have a third stream of income here where you can get an indirect bonus of 2% from the referrals that your referrals refer, okay? Meaning that you don't even have to know those individuals and you're still getting paid 2%. Number 4, we have a binary bonus, okay? This binary bonus is where you can earn 7 to 12% Monday through Sunday, every single night at midnight Pacific Standard Time. How it works is we basically give you 1 point for every dollar from the licenses that people have purchased, okay? So if someone purchases the $300 license, that's 300 points. If someone purchases the $10,000 license, that's 10,000 points. If someone purchases the $50,000 license, that's 50,000 points when they first get started. Now, when they renew and upgrade, we give you a half a point for every dollar. Amazing still. I've been involved in this industry now for the last 27 years, folks. To me, this compensation plan is like a Lamborghini with no brakes in it, because there's none of those different, barriers, to prevent you from making money. This company wants you to achieve wealth, legacy income for you and your family. So how it works is we calculate all those points that flow through those two teams of business that you're going to have in your organization. Now, once these two positions are locked in with someone that you actually enroll, guess what? Everybody else has to fall below those first two positions. That's why timing and positioning couldn't be better for you right now. Whoever's inviting you in on this call, you want to lock in at the very top position. That way you can have people in other parts of the world and country and states falling within your network as your customers too, and you can actually get benefit from that. So how it works is we take the smaller team's production every single night and we calculate it up in points and we pay out the percentages. Now, how do you determine what percentage you get? It's based on the license that you yourself selected. So as an example, if you selected the $3,000 license, it would be 10%, or the $5,000 license, it would be 10%, or the $10,000 license, it would be 10%. So in this example, you see 75 users came in on the left side of your business and they totaled to be 50,000 points of licenses. On the right side, it was 225 customers that totaled to be over 25,000 points in the licensing. So what you would get if you came in at that 10% level, tonight you would earn 10% of the smallest volume, which is 25,000, which would be $2,500 tonight. And then guess what? We reset the volume and do it all over again tomorrow. And we do it the next day and the next day. 7 nights you're getting paid in this binary structure. It's amazing. And guess what, folks? The checks are growing. Watch this. The fifth and final way of how we're getting paid here is our binary matching bonus. Now, the binary matching bonus is strong because it pays out on both sides of your business. All you have to do is achieve a rank. Remember, it's 1 point for every dollar or half a point for every dollar if they renew, right? So how it works is this. On the first level, if you achieve executive, we're going to give you 3% on all of the binary checks every single night, 7 nights a week from the people that you personally invite. What if you were very conservative, okay? And let's say you only invited 10 people. Well, that's 10 people you're earning 3% from the checks that they're earning every night, 7 nights a week. But here's where the game changes. You're not going to be able to stop those 10 from sharing it with their friends and family members. So what if they shared it with 10 minimum? That's 100 on your second level. When you reach the level of Sapphire, you're getting 2% there on 100 people's checks every single night, 7 nights a week. What if they shared it with 10? Guess what? You reach the level of actually Ruby in our company, you get 2% on 1,000 people's checks 7 nights a week, okay? And then watch this. What if the 1,000 introduced it to 10? That's 10,000 people on your 4th level. If you reach the level of an executive in our company, guess what happens? You're going to get 1% on the 10,000 people's checks every night, 7 nights a week when they earn in the binary. What if they introduced it to 10? Just 10, okay, conservatively. That's 100,000 people on your 5th level, ladies and gentlemen. 100,000 people every night earning a check in the binary. Guess what? You get 1% if you reach our Royal Black President position, 1% on 100,000 checks every single night, 7 nights a week. And by the way, if you're familiar with networking, it also is there's dynamic compression involved as well, ladies and gentlemen. So this absolutely is amazing. Now, let's talk about some leadership ranks here because I said it's 1 point for every dollar. So how do you achieve these ranks? Well, basically, those points accumulate. So when you look here, you can reach the level of senior just by having 8,000 points of licenses flow through your network. Now you can get to executive and have 10,000 points flow through your network. Oh, sorry, 20,000 points flow through your network. See, this is volume intensive, not people intensive. I've been a part of companies, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 27 years, and it was all based and predicated on how many people could I sponsor. Here, it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, it's all volume. Guess what? Even at Sapphire, 40,000 points from licenses, guess what? And you are now a brand new Sapphire. Do you know in our first 3 to 4 weeks of expansion here in the US, we already have several people that have achieved these positions, even this position of Ruby already. That's 80,000 points. Guess what? People have already achieved this already. We're going to have this month alone people that achieve Emerald, which would be 160,000 points, even Diamond, which would be 240,000 points, even Blue Diamond, which would be 640,000 points. Can you just imagine if we paid you just 10% on one of the 5 ways of how we get paid? Just on that alone, half of that volume would be 120,000 points at Diamond or 320,000 points at Blue Diamond. Multiply that times 10%. You can see the type of monthly incomes that can be generated here. What about Black Diamond? Ladies and gentlemen, what about Royal Black Diamond? What about Crown Diamond? What about, that's 4 million points. Half of that is 2 million points. What if you earn 10% off of that? That's 200,000 a month. What about Royal President? Guess what? That's 8 million points. Okay. What if you just got half of that and earned 10% off of that? That's $400,000 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know we have people that are at every single level in this company? In fact, I'm looking at this Xifra magazine that shows all of the people that have achieved certain positions in this company. In fact, 3 of them are on this list right here. This company has 3 of the top 10 income earners right now in the entire world of direct sales. Now, I want you to know something. There's 200 million people in direct sales. We have 3 of them on this list. Gabriel Citalamo, guess what? This gentleman was in a formal business with me. He's right here. Guess what? He was in a coffee company with me. He's less than 35 years old. He could only afford to start with a $500,000 license. But it shows you here his income right here at this time was $885,000 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, he's made over $10 million. Why? Because he was the first one to launch in Mexico on January the 9th. What's going to happen with you being the first one to launch in your country? Guess what? Look at number 4 on this list. Number 4 is Sergio Pinarumi. That's this gentleman right here. Guess what? Sergio Pinarumi was also in that coffee company along with me. Now he's just turned 33 years old. And guess what? He's the 4th highest paid income earner in the world. $1.4 million according to Business from Home. $17 million in a year. Ladies and gentlemen, here's another young man here. Omar Salazar started January 9th. Okay, started January 9th. He's looking at this gentleman, $1.6 million in Mexico a month, 20 million almost in a year. And they cannot stop the growth. You know why? Because the people that they shared it with, that they've been teaching this concept of doubling their money over and over and over again, their incomes all keep growing. And guess what? Everybody keeps growing to the top. What's going to happen now since we've opened up the United States? What's going to happen now since we opened up Asia? Since we're opening up Africa, since we're opening up Europe, since we're opening up the Caribbean, since we're opening up Canada, since we're opening up the entire world, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine 2 years from now, what is your life going to look like? You're going to be 2 years older, right? Why not be 2 years older and richer? Because you decided to get started in Xifra with whoever invited you on this call. So here's what I'd like for you to do right now before I open it up to some testimonials here. What I'd like for you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is actually just call the person up and say, listen, let's go. Type in the chat box, let's go if you like what you hear. Let's go. I'm ready to do this. And you get yourself a position in our company right now as we speak, okay? So that we can lock you in at the very top with a piece of equity and use what I call as first movers advantage, which you take the advantage of being first to the marketplace. So you're first to the dollars. You're first to the Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, that's my part here. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to share with you all right now a few testimonials of some people that are winning, but get back with the person that invited you to be on this webinar here today. So with that, ladies and gentlemen,